boys and girls. Okay, so I have here my information book. It's called A Desert Habitat, and it's a white book, so it's for a teacher to read to you. And there's a table of contents that gives lots of different choices of what we could read about. And I wanted to start on the plants because that's what we're learning about this week. All right. So these pages are talking about the Sonoran Desert. And a lot of these pictures are bright cacti or bright plants that I have on my t-shirt as well. Pretty cool. All right, so Sonoran Desert plants. Plants need water to grow. There is not much water in the desert. Most desert plants are cacti. Cacti store water in their stems. Cacti grow well in deserts. So here's the stem, right? We talked about how that's the center or the middle part of a cactus. And these parts are the arms. Okay, the water would be stored right here in the middle on the stem, in the stem, I mean. Here's a prickly pear cactus. Aren't those amazing looking? They're green and they have all these big bright flowers and then the fruit that grows after the flower dies. Flowers and fruit. Flowers grow on cacti when it rains. Fruits grow on cacti in the spring. Some animals eat the flowers and fruits. So look at these beautiful flowers that come off of a cactus. And look at the fruits. Do you notice how these are green and these are more pinkish? That's what I did when I was drawing here because I wanted to show you how they could be green, the fruit part, and then it starts to turn pink when it's getting more ripe, when it's ready to eat. Kind of like when you notice a banana at the grocery store, how they can be green and then you take them home and after a few days, the bananas turn to yellow. And then if you don't eat them in time, they start to go bad, right? And the bananas turn brown. Yeah, so they change color as they get more and more ripe. Okay. We've learned this word before. It's called photosynthesis. We talk about that every time. We talked about it with the savanna. We talked about it with the forest. And even the ocean, right? There's different things that plants need to grow. Do you remember what they are? Let's see. Plants make food. Living things need food. Plants make their own food. They make food from sunlight, air, and water. Good. Using sunlight, air, and water to make food is called photosynthesis. Look at this picture. I love it. Look at those roots. Remember I was showing you how a cactus's roots can go down or side to side. The Joshua tree's roots go down, down, down. Look at this cacti. Whoop. Taking in water. The roots of plants take in water when it rains. Desert plants have long roots. The roots grow out to the sides, right here. Desert plants grow far away from one another. They need room to spread out their roots. So that's really interesting. You can see here, there's lots of plants, but there's also lots of space of dirt or soil in between them so that when they spread their roots out side to side like this, they're not too close. Look, if a tumbleweed had his roots, they would be in the way of the cactus roots and then the cactus wouldn't grow as well. So they all need their own space. Kind of like when we are in line and we all need our own space, right? Our personal space. Or if we're sitting on the rug and we have lines on Mrs. Garapi's rug, everyone needs their own space so that they can move their arms or legs where they need to. I think cacti are the same way. Very neat. Okay, let's see. There's some other interesting things I wanted to show you. This picture, he is so cute. Look what he has in his mouth. Animals find food in the desert. Some animals eat only plants. Animals that eat only plants are called herbivores. This iguana is an herbivore. It's eating part of a cactus. Isn't that neat? So if it only eats plants, it's an herbivore. Very cool. All right. One more thing I wanted to show you, and it's about these interesting animals. And it made me think of Narella because she showed us on our Fun Friday call her little turtle. And so I wanted to show you guys this tortoise. Isn't he big? is a big boy. This tortoise, when it's summertime and a lot of these things are starting to blossom, a tortoise will go to sleep for the whole summer. Now, when we learned about forests, we learned that bears sleep all winter long, right? And they don't have to eat and they don't have to drink. Well, a tortoise will go to sleep under the ground and he uses up less energy. He doesn't wake up, so he doesn't need to go and find food or drinks. Same thing with this little toad. Animals that sleep through summer do not wake up often. They use less energy when they sleep. And this toad is burying himself in the sand, and it will sleep through summer under the ground. Isn't that interesting? So they'll be sleeping under the ground while the roots are doing their jobs to get these plants the water that they need to survive. So cool how desert plants and desert animals do lots of things to adapt to the hot, hot environment. Really cool.